I killed it on purpose.
Missing someone with all your
I really should be wearing black, shouldn't I? One second. Much better. Hello everybody! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Becca and today's video will be a bit dramatic because today we are having a funeral for my plants. I have killed many a plants. I'll be the first to admit. And you know, sometimes I get really sad about it depending on the plant, but other times I'm actually super relieved. So we're going to talk about some of the plants that I've killed and have a proper ceremony for them in this moment, in this video. If you're not already, make sure you head over to my Instagram, give me a follow, let me know that you came from YouTube. I post there almost every single day. Basically, it's just more day-to-day updates, life updates. You might see some projects that I work on my YouTube channel coming to life in my Instagram. So it's just a really fun plant community and I'd love for you to join us. The first plant that we will be recognizing today is my cutting of a string of hearts. Of a string of pearls. My string of hearts is still alive, knock on wood. The first plant we will be serious. The first plant that we will be recognizing today is my string of pearls cutting. I took this cutting a really long time ago, probably a year ago, and it survived for a little while, never any new growth, but as you can see here, like the novice that I was, I put the plant on a dark shelf and never watered it. So with that, rest in peace. The next plant that I killed is my Dieffenbachia, pictured here. Maybe, I don't know where I'm gonna put it. But basically this plant died because I had no idea how it needed water, I had no idea what kind of sun it needed, and despite my constant Google searching, indirect light was never enough. So it ended up in really bad shape. Maybe I'll insert a picture of that. And then I sold it to somebody else. And you know what? They probably killed it. And they killed it, not me, but I figured I dropped it off to its deathbed. I should probably put it in this video as well. This next one is one of my biggest plant fails ever. It's an epic fail. So let me tell you how it started. I was seeing a lot of people making miniature macrame hangers for their cars, and I thought that was so cool. So I wanted to make one, put a real plant in it, because I was De La Plants, the plant girl. If anybody could do it, it was me. So I grabbed a cactus, like a little $2 one, and put it in my car, because you know, cactus can handle sun, heat, whatever you throw at them pretty much. And I was really gunning for this guy to do well. So what happened was, a few days later I started noticing part of it sinking in, and the plant was rotting away. And I still to this day don't know exactly why, but I'm pretty sure what happened was it was just baking in my car, and it was when it was very hot outside, and I live in Tucson, and hot for me is like 100 degrees or more. So yeah, the plant basically caved into itself and died, and I never did that again. And then I realized, I looked closer, I zoomed in all of these pictures on Pinterest and saw that they were using fake plants, and I felt really stupid and like an official plant killer. Like, how did I not know? So with that, rest in peace, little guy. This next plant, I'm really sad to report, has died. I had a wax ivy from a very small cutting, very small. I'll insert a horrible picture that's zoomed in and edited like crazy, but it was about this long, and I got a cutting of it, wasn't expecting much to come of it, and suddenly the plant just blew up and started growing like crazy. So I was really excited, and eventually it was getting longer and longer and started to trail, and I had to move out of my house, and it was just absolutely thriving in an east-facing bathroom. And then I moved to my current house where the lighting is not as good, and basically it just disintegrated. That one honestly is one of the saddest plant deaths I've ever had, because I raised it from the smallest cutting to this not necessarily big but very developed plant. So that was a really big bummer. I feel like I should also mention my terrarium that I tried to make. I tried to make a closed terrarium. I was so excited about it. I got all the materials, I thrifted the jar, but the jar had a wood lid, which might be the reason that it didn't work out. When the terrarium went downhill, I pretty much just never looked back. I dumped it out, threw away the jar, just completely gave up. And maybe that wasn't smart, but I was really frustrated because I felt like I had done everything right, and obviously I didn't. What happened was, when I initially started, I think that I put too much moisture in it, and then it started getting too much sun. So it was always like really foggy in there, and there was way too much moisture, so then it started getting moldy. And I also did not put like sphagnum moss. I put old, probably dead, rotted moss in it, thinking that that would also be a good idea. It wasn't a good idea, and it died, and it smelled really bad. Great. The next plant that I killed is a Monstera deliciosa. A Monstera, the one that we all see. Oh, I killed my big Monstera that I had because I really did not like the shape that it was taking as it was maturing. It was growing out like this, and I was sick of it. Truly, I was sick of it. And so I made a moss pole to go in the dirt with it to hopefully train it up, but it was taking too long. So I ended up hacking it up, and a lot of the leaves were starting to turn yellow anyway, so I knew that it wasn't gonna go great either way. So I hacked it up and made sure that, you know, there were sets of leaves that had aerial roots. And what I did, and this is where I messed up, and I know this is where I messed up, and that's what's so frustrating about it, but I just stuck it back in the dirt and then went along with life as usual. And I don't really water my Monsteras that often. I water them whenever I lift up the pot and it feels like it's empty. And so for me, that's worked. I don't know how that works for you, but we have fresh cuts with no significant root system, and I didn't keep the soil moist. I should have known. I really should have known that they would die really fast. So pretty much all of the leaves turned yellow and black and died, and it was so tragic that, and this was my most recent death, so it's still, this one stings still, but yeah, I can't believe that I did that. It's so embarrassing. I should know. That's what kills me, is that I should have known. But we're not perfect, and I guess the lesson here is that I kill plants. If you think that I'm really good at this whole plant thing, I'm not. Even the most experienced of plant people will kill a plant from time to time. It's a plant, you can replace it. If you ever think that, you know, you have a black thumb or you're incapable of owning a plant, that is just not true. I have no idea if that was out of focus this entire time. I genuinely hope it was not. If you liked this video, if you liked seeing all the plants that I've killed, leave a comment down below telling me what plants you have killed, because I would love to know that I'm not the only one. And make sure you follow me on Instagram for more real-time updates, and subscribe to my channel if you like what I'm doing here. Until next time, have a great day. Bye!